I have.
Yeah, continue.
So I already we already did few topics like for the past since last week. We've spoken about financial market. We've done introduction to SFM. We've spoken about treasury function, where we spoke about the roles of the financial managers.
Sorry, I can't see the screen, sir.
I do not know where. Please, can anyone see the screen?
Yes, everywhere is just white.
White
can't
board.
see anything.
Just a plain white.
It's
Yes,
just
white
white.
board.
Black,
Yes,
nothing is there.
it is just whiteboard I'm sharing. I already spoke about this topic, so you don't need to see anything on my screen. It's whiteboard that is there, I know. Please, are we all good? Please, I know I'm not sharing the screen. I already gave you all those things now, so nothing is coming up on my screen. It's just a whiteboard that we use in solving some stuff while we discuss forward. So please, I'm just trying to run through the topics we've spoken about. I'm just picking them from my head, so you can check your book and be sure we've spoken about them. So I said in our first class, I think we spoke about introduction to strategic financial management. We've spoken about treasury function, where we spoke about rules of financial managers. I think we also discussed money laundering along the line. We spoke about financial markets, and so on and so forth. So if you're not in those classes, please endeavor to check them in your study packs and read them in depth. And I think I gave an assignment one time. Some people submitted to me, and I think I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that submitted. I went through them. I'm not even going to. I went through each and every one of them. And I know I did not make correction because it was still along the line of what I wanted. Trust me, if it was not along the line, I would have made corrections to those things. But you guys tried at least putting an effort. So thank you very much to everyone that did the assignments. Expect more. So for today's class, like I said in our last class, that we'll speak about bond valuation today. That will speak about bond valuation analysis. Although in our last class, I already gave like a brief to it, but we'll do more today, and I hope we can finish bond valuation today. I hope so. But if we cannot, we'll definitely pick it up in our next class. So in the last class, I gave the meaning of bond, I gave the characteristic of bond, and I explained them. I gave the types of bond. I also gave the graphs involved with bond, involved with yield curves. I think I gave something like that. So let's go into them real deep like this. Please, can I continue before I start?
You can go on, sir.
All right. So the first thing we speak about today is, okay, we want to do bond valuation analysis. First off, what is even a bond? I'm sure some of us don't even know what a bond is. So just in my own terms, I used to say a bond is an agreement between the issuer and the bondholders. It's a contractual agreement between the issuer and the bondholders. Bond is actually one of the sources of like long-term financing needs of a company. If a company wants to source for capital, they can use debt, you can use their equity, and all. Bond is a type of debt and a long-term financing debt. We have two common types of bond, which are the redeemable bond and irredeemable bond. Redeemable bond can also be called callable and non-callable bond. Redeemable and irredeemable bond, or callable and non-callable bond. So what is redeemable bond? Redeemable bond, this is a type of bond in which the issuer, that is, issuer can also be called borrower. Please, let's be noting these things. Issuer can also be called borrower. And bondholders can also be called, let's say, investors or lender. Hey, let's say lender. So please, let's note these terms. So when I'm using them, we'll not be confused. Issuer can also be called a borrower, like the person that is borrowing the bond. And bondholders can also be called lender. So let's move on. What is a redeemable bond? Redeemable bond, this is a type of bond in which the issuer will pay both the interest and principal on the maturity date. Let me come again. I said redeemable bond is a type of bond in which the issuer will pay both the annual interest and principal on the maturity date. Whereas irredeemable bond or non-callable bond is a type of bond in which the issuer will only pay the annual interest payment, but the principal will not be paid. Please, let's know the differences. For irredeemable bond, you are not paying back the principal. You are just paying the annual interest payment. But for redeemable bond, you are paying both the interest and the principal on the maturity date. Please, is that clear? Am I speaking to somebody? Is it clear, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, moving on. Characteristic of a bond. We say the main features of a bond may include, I think I mentioned all of this in our last class, but I'll do justice to them. Main features of a bond. Let's first talk about the issuer. So like I said you can also call the issuers like they're also the borrower. So you can say these are entities that issue bonds. The issuer, they are entities that issue bonds. Example of issuer, we can have private individuals, we have government, we have the World Bank, we have the International Monetary Fund.
Lord, bring this prophecy to pass. So, who waits and not going to make a Holy Spirit?
Well, listen, me, because every time, every day system.
Please let them remove those people that are making noise.
One. Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
I think I already removed the person. Yes. So I think the person was removed. So we can
Hello,
continue.
sir. We are not seeing anything on your screen. No.
I
It's
know
just
there is no
blank.
note. All these things are in your packs. Just go through them. It's just
Okay,
calculation aspect.
okay. No problem.
Yes. So I'm just trying to. You can jot. But I don't want to be sharing the pack. So I'm just trying to explain a layman so understand. Then you go and read all the big grammars in your pack. So moving on, I already spoke about issuer. I said there are entities that issue bonds. They can also be called borrower. An example of those entities are, let's say, private individuals, local governments, national government, state government, World Bank, and so on and so forth. That's for issuer. Now, let's speak about maturity. I think I spoke about maturity when I was explaining the redeemable and non-redeemable bond, where I said the issuer will pay both annual interest and principal on the maturity date. So what is this maturity date that I mentioned? Maturity date of a bond is the date in which the issuer is obligated to redeem the bond by paying the outstanding principal amount. So what this means is, okay, I'm giving you this bond now for 4 years. So at the end of the 4th year, you are going to give me, let's assume it's a redeemable bond. At the end of the 4th year, you pay me the principal and the interest. That 4th year is the maturity date. That is exactly what it means. When you get to your pack, you see plenty English. So, but that is just basically what it means. The date in which you are supposed to redeem the bond. Let's go to par value. Let's talk about par value. We all know what par value means now, professional colleagues. But let me still explain. The par value of a bond is the principal amount that the issuer agrees to repay the bondholders on the maturity date. The par value of a bond is the principal amount that the issuer agrees to repay the bondholders on the maturity date. What this means is that when you are making these transactions, obviously part of the things you guys will decide on, both the issuer and the bondholder. You will decide on percentage. Okay, this is the percentage of interest I want to be collecting, either per year or per month. That is between the two of you. After deciding on the interest, you decide on the principal amount. So that principal amount is what is referred to as par value. Par value can also be called face value, nominal value, or redemption value. Please, throughout this our bond valuation class, I will be making use of redemption value because I think that is the one I'm very used to. but it can be called face value too. So if you see face value in your exam, don't be like, Mr. Ashley did not mention face value. I've never seen this one before. So it can also be called face value. It can also be called nominal value, maturity value too. It can also still be called maturity value or redemption value. Please, let's note, please, if you are jotting, please jot this particular thing I want to say. Please jot it down. The par value of a bond is usually quoted 100 naira per unit. The par value of a bond is usually quoted 100 naira per unit. Please, let's note it now. Par value of a bond is usually quoted 100 naira per unit, although there can be premium, there can be discount. Traders and we know most of these things. It can be at premium, it can be at discount. At premium will be if it is more than the par value. Let's say it is like 120, that is premium, because it's more than the par value. But at a discount, let's say we have 90 naira, that is at a discount. So it can be at a premium or at a discount. It will be expressly said in your question that, okay, it's at a premium of 120, it's at a discount of 90, to be expressly said. So please, let's note these things. Next thing we are going to now speak about coupon rates. Coupon rate. You know, like I said earlier, I mentioned interest and I mentioned principal amount. So that interest here, we call it coupon rate. In this particular bond valuation, we don't mention interest. It's called coupon rate. So let me just give you like a brief definition of coupon rate. Coupon rate is the annual amount of interest payment that is made. It is the annual amount of interest payments that is made. It represents annual interest rate that the issuer agrees with the bondholders until the maturity date. It represents the annual interest rate that the issuer agrees to pay the bondholder until the maturity date. That is what we mean by coupon rate. I'll be making use of coupon rate a lot throughout our whole class. Next thing we talk about now is currency denomination. I don't think I need to explain that. For currency denomination, obviously, every bond is quoted at one currency, either naira, either dollar. But it's the currency at which a bond is issued. It can be naira, it can be dollar, it can be pounds, it can be CFA, it can be anything. But obviously, ICANN is a Nigeria exam, so we'll make use of naira. So that is that for the characteristic of a bond. Before I move on to yield, please, are we following?
Yes, sir, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir.
Please, if you have any question, you can raise up your hand. You can or mute yourself a little and just ask your question, and we'll move on. But I would prefer if you write your questions down, so at the end of the class, we'll just treat it out, not to cause distraction and not waste time. So that's for the characteristic of a bond. Now let's talk about yield. MS, please mute your mic. Okay, you muted your mic. So let's talk about yield. We've spoken about interest. We've spoken about principal. We've spoken about issuer. We've spoken about currency. Now let's speak about yield. Just from the name, we can actually deduce what it means. We can deduce what it means. So in a layman's term, you can just say, okay, this is not actually layman, sorry. Yield is the rate of return expected by bondholders from their investments. Obviously, when we make investments, we expect like a particular percentage that, this is the amount I'm getting on my investment. This is the percentage of return that I'm getting on my investment. Okay, let's say you make investment of, let's say 1,000 naira. Then at the end of the day, you're making 1,000. Then after the person pays the whole coupon rate and principal, you are now getting like 1,200. So the 200 on top is your gain, is your profit. So converting to percentage is the rate of return. That is the percentage gain that you made on such investment. Based on this class and this class alone, we have two types of yield. We have current yield and we have yield to maturity. Based on this class, you can go to your CSME, your PM, your MI, not PM and MI students here. We can go to any other course or any place in the world, and here there are plenty types of yield. I don't know about that, but for the purpose of this class, we have just two types of yield. We have current yield and the yield to maturity. Current yield and the yield to maturity. What current yield and yield to maturity is, let me explain in a layman before I come and blow grammar. What current yield means is that, okay, let me say, okay, you made the investment today. Okay, as of today, what is my percentage gain on this investment? Please, let's listen. What is my, as of today, what is the current yield that I'm making on this investment today? That is what we mean by current yield. But yield to maturity, please note the difference. But yield to maturity now, what you are calculating for yield to maturity is, you are saying, okay, as of today now, I want to know how much that my investment in 4 years will give me today. That is what we mean by yield to maturity. Please, can I continue? Can I continue?
Yes. Yes, please.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me blow grammar. Definition for current yield. Current yield, this represents the ratio of coupon payment to market price of a bond. This represents the ratio of coupon payment to market price of a bond. What this is simply saying is, someone was talking. Okay. What this is simply saying is, if you want to get your current yield, the formula to get your current yield is coupon over market price times 100 over 1. Coupon over market price times 100 over 1. That is how to get your current yield. All these informations will be given. Then you write them down and you solve. So I'm trying to see if we can.
What is coupon?
I already explained coupon.
Sorry, my network was bad earlier.
Okay, so like I said coupon represents like interest, but we call it coupon rate. That is the interest that is on the investment. Okay, like I said the issuer at the maturity date will pay back interest and principal. That interest that you're paying back either annually or monthly is what is referred to as coupon.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So current yield, to get your current yield, it means coupon over market price times 100 over 1. I don't think
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello, we can hear your voice again, sir.
I
is it
guess
better
it's
now?
network or is. Hello, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Hello.
Sinka.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Yeah, something came up. I don't know what was that. But yeah.
Hello,
So,
sir.
yes, I'm here.
Please, I want to get the full definition of the current yield.
I said it represents the ratio of coupon payment to market price of a bond. But I already explained this in a layman. I said it means that, okay, as you are making the investment today, what is the rate of return of this investment today? Currently, what is the rate of return of this investment? But to determine it in a formula term, it means coupon over market price times 100 over 1. They will give you all these details in the question. I'm trying to see if I can share my camera so you see. I think I have a question right there in my front. Let me see. Let me just snap it so you see. So I'll snap this question now. Then I think I'll try to share it. Then we'll move from there. Because all these questions are not like from Icon Park, so there was actually no reason for me to want to share my screen. Don't see anything. Okay, please. I think this will work. I think this will work. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to see if I could share my screen, but I don't think that will work. Please, are we still here?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we are.
Yes,
Yes,
we are
still
here.
here.
So please, if you can write fast, you'll be able to get this question. Let me just dictate it. It's like just 2 lines. I don't know, along the line, I'll try to find a solution to when we get to more questions, like bigger questions. But if you can write fast, please just try to get this question.
Sorry, Mr. Lashile.
Yes, sir.
So if you go through the charts, there's a place there beside the settings, beside the smile and the send button. There's the plus button. I think it shows where you can attach picture. You get that?
Where I can chat. So you want me to type the question?
No. I'm only trying to instruct like how you can. You've taken the picture of the question, right?
No, the picture did not actually take.
Oh, you did not pick. Okay.
I don't think. So you're suggesting I send the question there?
Yes, because I'm trying to also test the how picture can be attached to the. Yes, I can see it. So though I have some pictures that are already there. So
Okay.
and it's telling me to select now. I'm done. So I'm going to delete it. So I've tried to drop it. So I'm going to delete it now.
Let me try that. Let me see if it works. Oh, I think that worked perfectly. Can we see the picture?
No.
Just take, I'm trying to, sorry, I know you will not see it. Sorry, I'm trying to. I know. Just hold on, please. Let me just send it like this. I think this is fine. Sorry, I should have prepared all of this earlier. Please check if you can see the picture.
Not yet, sir.
Not yet.
You can?
Not yet, sir.
No, sir.
Huh.
Yes, I can.
It has been uploaded.
Please, can we all see the picture now?
Yes, you can see the picture. I can see the picture. I don't know about that.
I'm not seeing the picture.
The question, part of the
Yeah,
question,
I can't see.
part of the question is showing like it's covered up.
Yeah, I just
I can't see the picture from my end.
I can't see the picture.
Anything here.
problem.
Check
Please,
the chat. Check the
just
chat.
check the chat. It's on the chat.
Okay,
Check
I've seen it on the chat.
the
Yeah,
Zoom
I've seen it
chat.
on the chat.
Yes, the chat. Thank you. We'll just do it like there now. So please, can we all see the picture? Can I continue? Nobody's saying anything again. Can I continue?
Yes, you can.
So the question is saying a company is financed with 10 million naira 9% bond quoted at 102 and in which the interest on the bond was paid last week. calculate the current yield of the bond. Please let me read the question again. Before, for our people that are just starting ICANN, that you've not written ICANN before, even if you have, please I always advise, once you read the question once, go to the requirement, read the requirement, understand the requirements. Now go back to the question. At that point, you already know what you are looking for. So you just be picking figures. I know it's not easy to pick figures. It's not even easy to get the figures. But please first read the requirements, go back to the question, read the question, then go back to the requirement and start solving. So our requirement is telling us to calculate the current yield of the bond. So we know we are checking to calculate current yield of the bond. So once you already know what you are looking for, when you are reading the main question, you'll be able to like pick out your formula to calculate current yield. The bond was paid last week. Calculate the current yield of the bond. What this means is they paid the interest last week, but this person now wants to calculate that. Wants to calculate, okay, I already made this investment. I already got an interest. How much is the yield of this bond? How much is the rate of return of this bond? So I've given you the formula. I've given you the derivative. Someone should calculate and tell me the current yield. This one should not take more than 1 minute.
8.82%.
You are calculating current yield. I already give one. We already brought out our coupon. We already brought out our market price. Someone should give the current yield.
8.82%.
What did you say, ma'am?
I said 8.82%.
Did you all get 8.82 or someone is getting Kaduna?
Yes, 8.82. In rate, 8.8.
So that is the rate of return that the person is. So that is the rate of, yes, 8.8 is correct. So that is the yield of that investment currently.
Please, sorry, how do you get the coupon again? Don't be offended.
It's written in the question, sir. 9% bond quoted. 9%, that's our interest. It's given in the question.
Okay.
Are we there? Are we there, please?
Yeah.
So I can continue.
Yes, sir, you can continue.
So that is that for current yield. That's for current yield. So this, what you got, 8.82, is the rate that the person is going to get as of today. That is the rate of return of that investment, 8.80%. 8.82%. So that is current yield. Now let's go to yield to maturity. We are moving well. After yield to maturity, we'll talk about yield curve and go on like that. So, like I said, yield to maturity, what yield to maturity does is you will know the yield, like you will know the rate of return of this investment that you are making in 4 years' time. That, okay, currently we are just talking about today. That, okay, today, but this one now, in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, let's assume 4 years. What is the rate of investment? What is the rate of return that this is going to give me? That is what all of us went through skills. We did 8 years. Some of us did 8 years. Internal rate of return is not supposed to be a problem, but we still talk about it here. So let me give you the grammar that explained here. The yield to maturity is the market interest rate required on the bond. it is the market interest rate required on the bond. So, like I said due to maturity also means internal rate of return. So, as I'm writing down the formula for internal rate of return, my fellow professional colleagues, please be helping me writing it down. Ishola, you cannot hear me. I don't know, but can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can hear you.
I think it's just a network. So please, as I'm writing my formula for internal rate of return, please let us be writing it. So I'm not supposed to be calling formula for internal rate of return. But I will not judge because I'm a good person. So formula for internal rate of return is IRR equals A plus open big bracket NPV A over NPV A minus NPV B, close the total bracket, then another bracket B minus A. I will call it again.
Are you writing on the board?
I don't know how to draw this thing. Let me see if I can do text. Let me snap it again. You are enjoying me because I'm a nice person. So I'm snapping my formula, and I will send it through the chat. I don't know, this board thing, there's supposed to be a text there. I don't know, it's just drawing. I don't know how to draw. Let me see if it can work. Texting is not even working. Huh? Is this now better? I beg. So let me send it through the chat. Let me see photo. Please don't mind my handwriting now. I'd not buy handwriting book when I was in school. Please, can we all see it now?
I did not say anything.
It's not fight, ma. Please check the chat.
I can't see it. Even on the chat, it's not there.
What about
This
now?
year, as long as don't give anybody this year. We can't see.
Yeah, it just dropped now. It's downloading.
It just dropped now.
Hey, I can't see you.
Go
You are
wear
saying no
glasses.
Okay, I
No
can
group.
see it now.
Anybody wey no fit see may wear glasses.
We are not fighting. No good for anybody. Me not good for me, I beg.
Anywhere where my gender dey na problem.
So please, can we all see the formula now?
I can't see anything. No.
Check the chat. Check the chat, please.
Check the chat.
Check the chat. Oh, I think I will move on now. Most people have seen it. But I'm not. This is IRR formula is not actually supposed to be. But I'm not even supposed to write it at all. Because we did all these things in PM now. So if you cannot see it, just write what I'm calling down. IRR equals A plus open big bracket NPVA over NPVA minus NPVB. Close the bracket, then another bracket beside it, B minus A. So I'll continue. So our A now is the, because, okay, let me explain basis of IRR for some of us that still do not understand it from our last class. Before anywhere we've done it before. So guessing game or guesswork, that's what it is called. Because what you do is, just in your mind, with your church mind, you how will I explain? It's just a factor that you want to use. Any of the two discounting factors that you use, one must give you a positive NPV, second one must give you a negative NPV. So it is you that will determine the two discounting factor. You and the person next to you will not have the same. but it must not be too far. It must still be very close. So you decide the two discounting factor that you want to use. So this A stands for any discounting factor that you use that gives you a positive MPV. That is what this A stands for. Now I said you choose two discounting factor. One must give you a positive NPV, one must give you a negative NPV. So that discounting factor that you use that give you a positive NPV, it is what you put in your A plus brackets NPV. NPV is after you use discount factor and you get your net present value. Your net present value that is positive is what is referred to as NPV. The same thing. NPVB is your present value, the one that gives you a negative NPV. That is what NPVB is. Then B minus A, negative NPV minus positive NPV. If you check some textbooks or some material, where you see this NPVA minus NPVB, what is there will be NPVA plus NPVB, not minus. It is still the same thing, please. It is still the same thing because NPVB is your negative NPV. So when you are bringing it in, you're already bringing it to minus. So minus times minus is plus. So that's why they don't want to stress you. They just kept plus there from beginning. So it's still the same thing. Don't let us be confused, please. So like we said, IRR, that's the formula for IRR. And IRR is what we use for you to maturity. Because we use the whole entire year. Because we want to calculate the rate of return on the last year of our investment. So saying that, do we have any question before I snap a question that we'll solve together? Do you have any question?
Yes, I have a question.
I'm here.
Yeah, can coupon rate be equals to the to yield? Since coupon is the interest, why the yield is also the what they got, the return they got after giving out the bonds? That's my question.
I do not understand the question. Can you come again, please?
Question is this: I said coupon rate is the interest that is paid on the yield or the bond that is being given out.
Yes.
And a yield is the return that is expected by the holder.
Yes.
My question is now that can coupon rate be equals to yield?
No, it cannot.
Okay.
Because coupon is determined between the bondholder and the issuer. This is why we will determine that okay, this is the amount I can give you, this is the amount I can collect as interest. But the yield cannot be determined. You have to calculate it that okay, after this whole thing, how much is the percentage of the interest? So that one does not concern the lender that is lending you money. Any amount you get at the end of your investment is you that you are making the investment that concern. So yield to maturity is not the same thing with coupon.
Okay, thank you.
Can I continue, ma'am?
Yes, you can.
I was trying to share my camera, but this thing was showing my face. How are you going to be seeing my face? Can you say anything, please?
I saw your face briefly. I'm seeing your ceiling now. Your ceiling.
See your POP.
PVC in your bedroom.
Don't see my face. I'm trying to change the camera to my book, and it's not working. Now, I think we'll move on like that. I'm not. Okay. So I'm trying. Okay, let me just do it as you have been doing. In our next class, I'm sure we'd have looked for a better solution.
Yes,
for this. So let me snap another question for us. So we are trying to calculate. We calculate a yield to maturity. Now I'm still snapping from the same textbook. So
See, you know me. If you don't give me the attention I need, nobody's going to sleep tonight.
How are you going to be in SFM class and you're watching a movie? You're not scared.
It's the same pattern as
Not the judo with that one.
See, I want to
He has to be judged.
If that person can't mute him herself, let them remove her.
Yes, I remove those that cannot mute themselves now. You don't need to keep telling them. take them out. A lot of people are waiting to come in.
Thank you. I will do that. Please, I've sent the question. Please, can you see it, everybody?
When we're here for serious business, you are watching African Magic.
Please, I've sent this question. Can you see it? Can we all see the question, please? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of yes. So since we can all see it,
Yes.
I'll continue. So I will just explain what to do. Then all of us will try it and attempt it on by ourselves. Sorry. Then we'll decide.
I cannot see it though.
Go to your chat now, please.
Okay.
So I'm just seeing this question for the first time. I just opened the Facebook. I'm just snapping it for you. So as you are doing it, I'll be doing it by myself. So all of us will do it together. So I'll explain what you need to do. So the question says, KTK PLC has 10% redeemable bond. Please, what was that 10% again?
The coupon.
My class, what was 10%?
Coupon rate.
Coupon rate has 10% redeemable bond. Currently quoted at 106x interest. What's that 106, please? Please, as you are noting those things, we're bringing out your figures. What's
the current market price?
Market price. Okay. It can also be called current value. And redeemable at par in 5 years' time. What's that 5 years' time, please?
Duration.
I don't want to use the word duration. Don't use duration.
Okay, redeemable year, the redemption time period.
Redemption period. You can also say maturity
period.
Yes. Well, along the class, I will tell you difference between duration and maturity time because they're actually different.
Okay.
So I will explain it to you along the class. So our maturity time is 5 years' time. So what I would do, we are supposed to calculate cost of the company's bond, also known as, or you can also call it yield to maturity. Okay. So like I said, we already brought out our figures. We already have coupon. We have market price. We have our year. So what to do now is we are trying to do IRR. So like I said, that we assume two discount factor. One must give us a positive MPV, one must give us a negative MPV. So let's pick a discount factor first. Which one should we use? I'm asking the class, which one should we use? She use 5%.
Yes.
So for our first discount factor, we use 5%. So
I don't use 15 and 25.
No, let's do 5. All those discount
factors.
Let's
use 5.
So 5. Please let me say something. You know this coupon is 10%, Abi. But when we want to use it for our cash flow, because obviously when we are doing IRR, we need cash flows. Mm-hmm. So when we are doing our cash flow and we are using our coupon as our annual interest payment, you will not go there and go and put 10% though, because 10% is in percentage, but you need cash flow, you need amount. Cash flow is like a payment, is an amount. So what you do is you just do 10% times 100. That gives you 10. It still gives you 10. So that now is an amount. So that is what you are going to insert in your cash flow. Please, do you understand? Yes. I need more yeses, please. Do you understand?
Please repeat yourself. Come again.
What I said is, if you read the question again, it's saying KTK PLC has 10% redeemable bond. We all agree that 10% is our coupon rate, which is interest. And we also, in this class, we also agree that the par value of a bond is 100 naira. Didn't you? We also agree that is 100. So, but if you want to get the interest of 100, how will you get interest of 100? They said the interest is 10%.
10 over 100 times 100. Yes.
And that will give you 10. So that is your annual interest payment. That is the amount you are paying annually. 10 naira. That's the amount you are paying annually. That is your annual interest payment. Please, is there anybody that still does not understand? Should I still come
again? and the other guy should just be quiet. If he knows it, he should be quiet. He's contradicting everything.
I'll come again for the last time, please. I said we agreed earlier in this class that the par value or nominal value or face value of a bond is 100 naira, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Okay. For
Yes,
this
we
question, we also agreed that our interest rate is 10%. Our coupon rate, also interest rate, is 10%.
Yes.
Madam,
Yes.
as a trader that you are, if you want to pay 100 naira and they said, okay, on this 100 naira that you want to borrow me, you pay me 10% every month. But how much in amount in naira are you paying that person? It's still 10% of the total amount of 100 naira that you're paying the person. The total amount you're paying this person is 100 naira. That is the principal amount. And the coupon rate, which is interest, that the person said is 10%. So how do you now want to get the amount? It's 10% of that 100 naira now, which is going to be 10 naira. That means you're paying the person 10 naira interest per month or per year.
Yes.
So that is what is now our annual interest payment.
Yes.
If you don't understand again like this, not to go church. Our annual interest payment here is 10 naira. And the question is saying, redeemable as per in 5 years' time. That means, like I said earlier, I said you'll be paying the interest annually, year by year. But at the end of the year, since it's a redeemable bond, at the end of the year, you pay the principal amount and the interest at the end of that 5 years.
Yes.
So what we'll now do is, we already said we are growing 5%. So we'll do like let's do our normal MPV now. Please, if you cannot do NPV, I don't think you should be in this class, but this is a professional class. So let's do our MPV for 5%. Everybody, please. I will do mine. I will send normal, but please, I wish I could. There's no way I would share my screen because all these things are not on my phone. I'm just picking the questions from a book. So there's no way I would share my screen because they are not on the phone. But let me see if it will still work. It's not work too. But don't worry, before our next class, please. I'm very sorry for this, but please let's try 5% for MPV, all of us together. I already gave you the value.
What is our maturity period?
Our maturity is 5 years.
5 years.
So I'm calling out the figure. I'm calling out the figure out for everybody again. So we'll start again. Then we'll all do it together. Our coupon rate is 10%, and we all agreed in this class that this 10% means 10 naira. Didn't we? Nobody's answering me. Be like, now only me agree. We agreed in this class that this coupon rate means 10 naira. Yes or yes?
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
That's our coupon rate. What I'm bringing out again, we said our redemption, our maturity date, our maturity year, number of years is 5 years. We agreed that one too.
Yes. Yes, sir.
We also said the current value of the bond is currently quoted. That is the current value is 106 naira. We agreed that one too, didn't we?
Yes.
So we agreed that one. So it is done now. We have already calculated our MPV. So when you are doing for year 0, your current value will be 106. Because that is the current value, 106. Then you do your annual interest payment for 5 years, 1 to year 5. Then at the end of the year, you pay your redemption value again of 100 naira. So please, we are agreeing the discount factor of 5%. So let's do it. I will do my own and I will send. So I'm doing it like this. So the thing is, let me tell you the benefit of this class is that I know some people will not attempt it. Some people will just be looking at it eye to eye, eye contact. I know this thing. Please put pen to paper. Do it. I will send my solution to you. If it is wrong, you know where you are wrong from. You're able to ask questions. That's when you know that, I don't know this thing. But I just using eye contact, So please, let's put pen to paper. Let's be sure that we understand what we are talking about. So we'll do 5%. then I will not attempt another discount factor that we use. So you people will just tell me the answer. So I'm already doing 5% like this, so please let's do it too. We said year zero, our current value is 106. And obviously, this is not the first time we are doing NPV. Our first year, our year zero is going to be in brackets now. That is what we are subtracting from. So 106. Our year one, our annual interest payment. A smart student or anybody that is very sure of this thing, you use annuity. You will not be doing year one, year two, year three, year four, year five. You just use annuity straight. But I'm sure some people does not even know formula for annuity again. But I will still tell you, I'm a very good person. I'm nice. So you do 10. 10 is your annual interest that you're paying, 10 naira that we all agreed. So I'm using annuity also. 29, year 5. I'm done. Is anybody done too?
Yes.
Hey, I have smart students in this class. Chartered accountant. I need like 2 more years, then I'll ask for your answer and I'll send mine too. Is anyone done? Okay, let me get an annuity formula while I send this answer. So please, is anyone like, I need 2 more years, sis. I'll be yes before I continue. Please, is anyone done?
Yes.
I need 1 more.
Yes.
You already answered me before now, madam. I know the sound of everyone's voice. Don't worry.
Please, I want to know if the using annuity, if it is 15.67 for the 5%.
15 no, ma.
Okay.
I need 1 more year, so please. It's just 1 year that we are calculating, and time has gone like this. Please, what's your answer? Don't be shy. Sorry, if you are finished, just say yes. Don't say your answer yes, so please. I need 1 more year. Nobody. Looks it serious. Okay. To save time. Is anybody that has finished, please, what is the answer?
3.54.
You use 5% as your discount factor. The person that told me answer, please, what was the answer?
Sorry, for my positive MPV, I have 21.64.
What did you use as your discount factor?
5%.
You are wrong, sir.
I have 23.54.
You are still wrong, ma. That's why I made sure we all use discount factor, so I will know where your mistakes are coming from. Did you use annuity?
Me, I got 15.
For me, I have 56.8.
Yeah, I
Negative
have 62.71. 62.71.
Me, I have 56.8. Negative MPV.
Please, all this 50, please. You people are wrong.
Mr. Lashile, sorry. I thought we agreed that we are going to start with 5%.
Yes, that's 5%.
What do you say?
Yes, 5%.
Me, I have minus 14.67.
Yeah, Someone told me the answer and the person is not telling me.
Now the coupon rate for the DTK is what?
The 50 is going to be 116.
Someone is making noise from my Akinola Bayomi is not.
Yes, I mean I got 140.8 now.
Please, there's noise from your side. Okay. So what I would do is, I think I know where the mistakes, where the possible mistakes might be from.
Sorry,
So
sir.
let me wait. Sorry, please. Let me wait first. Let me explain the whole MPV. I don't want to just be confident everybody. I want us to do it so we know where we are not getting. So I will explain where I think the mistake might be from. When we are doing the years, I said the 5th year. Please let's listen, please. I said the 5th year, you will recoup the principal amount plus the interest. So if you are using anybody that is using annuity, when you are doing your 1 to 5, and you use only 10, you will come back after then, you will do your year 5 again for your redemption value of 100. If you are still using annuity, you can do 1 to 4 of 10, then you come to your 5, you now do 106. Let me send my
Okay,
answer like that.
Our answer is 20.39.
20.39 is still wrong. Let me send my answer, then I will use it to explain. Someone told me this answer, and person, I don't know, maybe person was shy, and person did not tell me again. The answer is supposed to. Yes.
Sorry.
My name.
So let me get the present value of 10 naira for 5 years. In my own is 40-something naira or thereabouts. So when I discounted the 100 naira at the 5th year again, which is the principal amount, I added it up. I had 121. When I deducted the principal amount, which is 100 naira, that's where I got 21.64.
The principal amount is not 100 naira.
106.
The redemption value is at par now.
Yes, but the current value is not.
Market value is 106.
Current value is 106. To avoid all of this, let me just send my answer, please, so we'll be able to move on. I think I've sent it, so you can check the chat. So look at it. So the person that told me 15.69, you were actually correct. So please check, and anything you don't understand in that solution, ask me. Let me. Please don't mind my handwriting. It's very bad. So let me explain what I was trying to say earlier. In this my own year, I did year 1 to 5. That's the years that you're using to pay this interest of 10%, year 1 to year 5. I used this annuity to discount it, gave me 4.329. So the present value is 43.29. And on the last year, you will still pay back the principal amount of 100 at par. So that one, you not use annuity because it's obviously 1 year. And we use annuity when we have cash flow, the same cash flow throughout the year. We have 10 throughout year 1 to 5. That's why we could use annuity. So on the 5th year, the redemption value of 100, if we discount it, it's going to give you 7,840. So if you do all this math, it's supposed to give you 15.69. Is there any question? Please ask away. Because the way this silence is giving me some kind of confusion vibes. Yeah. Give me a question. Nobody's asking any question now.
Sir, I think what I got here for the year 0, I have my market value got 100 brackets. Then from
So I cannot be 100.
From year 1 to year 5.
So what did you say? What did you say your current value is again?
My year 1 to year 5, my my discounted factor is 4.33. Then when I multiply with 10, I have 44.3.
Okay.
Then the fifth year, I have 100. The fifth year, I have 100. Multiplied by the discounted factor for 54, which is 0.784. So I have 79.4. Sorry, for 78.4. So at the end of the day, I have a positive equity of 21.17.
Okay, so I have just two questions for your solution. Number one, what did you say your current value cash flow was?
You say what?
Your current value cash flow, what is it? 106 or 100?
The current cash flow.
The current value.
It means your value for year zero.
The value was okay, year zero is 100.
What?
100.
So you don't have any, why are you using 100? You don't have any reason to use 100 now. Use 100 the current value. In the question, it was even stated expressly that this bond is currently quoted at 106 naira. Currently quoted. That is your current value.
106. Okay.
That is number one mistake he made. Second mistake he made was you were not consistent with your decimal. If you want to use 3 decimal, please use 3 decimal.
Use 3 decimal.
Don't be changing it. So, most times, discount factor is advised to be used in 3 decimal. When you're doing your discount factor, it's advised to use 3 decimal because you know the larger the decimal, the more accurate your answer is. It's always advised to use 3 decimal. Please, any other question? Do we understand this part? When I was doing theory, everybody was shouting. Voices were high. Now just small calculation, everybody done silent. Any questions?
No question.
So I can continue.
Hello, sir. Please reshare your solution, please.
I should do what?
Reshare your solution.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Please, apart from that, can I continue? Like apart from sharing my solution, can I continue?
Sir, you can continue.
So that is, like I said,
yes,
okay,
sir.
now we're ready. Please let me continue. Time has gone. So this is already a positive MPV. So now we need a negative MPV. So we're able to do our IRR. So like I said, you select one discounting factor. So anyone that gives you a positive MPV, you select another one that will give you a negative MPV. And I don't know if you know, but if you know, fine. If you still do not know, I will tell you. The higher your discounting factor, the lower your MPV. You can jot that down or you can know it or anywhere. The higher your discount, so you'll not be guessing. I know some people, they don't know which number, they will just be picking 5. They're going to be trying from number 1 to number 10. Time has gone in exam. The higher your MPV, the higher your discounting factor, the lower your NPV. So the way our discounting factor is 5, if we should increase it like 10, our NPV is going to reduce automatically. That is the way it works. The higher your discounting factor, the lower your NPV. So now that we already have 5%, if we should increase this 5%, our NPV will reduce. And now we are looking for a negative NPV. So obviously, we want our NPV to obviously reduce. So we have to increase our discount factor. So now let's do 10%. So I'm not doing it for anybody else. So please do 10% of this thing. Assume 10%, then tell me the answer, please. 2-3 minutes. Maybe you have a template in front of you. Just use the same thing I did earlier in that one, and then do 10%. I'm professional. There's no concluding here. So please, let's do 10%. Then I will now teach you another method to do it. So you now pick anyone you want. So please, let's do 10%. And I need my answer in 1 minute or 2 minutes. There's already a template now, so it should not be a problem.
-6.
Now, please be consistent with your decimal. The answer you gave me is correct, but you are not consistent with your decimal. Please, more answers. There's already a template. This is not supposed to be a problem. More answers now. Ah.
5.99.
5.99 is correct. Please, if you did not get 5.99, please signify ASAP so we'll know where it is from. I'm waiting now, please. Who is not getting 5.99? Who is not getting 6? Please, let's pick up. Please, let's continue. I need us to move faster than we are. So I can assume everybody got 6%. Okay, I'll make the assumption that everybody got 6%. I said I was going to show you another way of doing it. So let me do that. I'm trying to do it here. So I'll just send it to you. So if you have not gotten 6%, you can still continue and get 6% while I do this. 2.54. Can you get 5 now? This is 6.19, 35.46. I'm here. I'm trying to show you people something. Okay. So I'll send something now and I'll explain the answer, how I did it. So that's another way you can also do it. Anyone that is very comfortable for you. I always like when I have like 2 or 3 options in exam. So you just pick right on your own. You pick the one that is comfortable for you. So please check your chat. I'm trying to send something now. And I'll explain. Please, can we all see it? I sent a solution now. Can we all see it before I explain? Because why I'm explaining all these things, in some textbooks, you can see it this way, so as not to be confused on what's happening there. Not like I said in our first class. Please, let's remain mute, please. Let's mute our mic. Please mute your mic. Akinola Bayomi, Olatunde, again. Please let's unmute our mic. Thank you. So if you've seen the solution, I'm trying to explain that in some textbooks, you can see it this way. It's still the same thing. What I did here is for that discounting factor of 5%. If you notice, the answers are almost the same thing. They're actually the same thing, it's just decimal error. So they are still the same thing. You can see it in some textbooks like this. People that like plenty textbooks, you can see it like this too. So I will explain why they did it like this for you. You know, in the one we explained, the one we did our 5%, what we did was, we did our current value, we did our annual interest, that, okay, they are going to pay interest year 1 to year 5. So we did the annuity of year 1 to year 5. Then on the 5th year, we just discounted the redemption value alone. Some people they will do annual interest year 1 to year 4. that, okay, maybe you collect interest year 1 to year 4. Then on the 5th year, you will collect your principal amount and your interest. So they now add the interest of year 5 and the principal amount, they now add the two together. Then go and then discount it. It's still the same thing. Let me explain again. I said coupon rate means interest that will be paid throughout the year of the bond. So if the maturity date of the bond is 5 years, coupon rate will be paid from year 1 to year 5. Then on the 5th year, you collect your principal money back. On that 5th year, you're collecting your principal money and you are still collecting that interest on the 5th year. So what we did first in our 5% discount, what we did was, okay, we calculated the interest separately, principal amount separately. Interest of year 1 to year 5, we discounted it using annuity formula. I wrote annuity formula here. We discounted using annuity formula, we got something. Then year 5 alone, we just did for our redemption value alone. In some textbooks, you see that they will calculate annual interest from year 1 to year 4. Then on the 5th year, they will add the interest and the principal amount, then discount it together. Then by the end of the day, you're still going to end up the same way. So you settle down, look for the one you understand, the one that is good for your health, and you pick it. Please, do you understand before I move on? Please, do you understand? You can unmute and answer me, please. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes. I know we are all tired. It's not easy. We all went to work in morning. We've been running around trying to feed the family or feed ourselves. But you've chosen to do it. You've chosen to be at this stage. You have to complete it. You cannot shall leave it now. But don't worry, like I said earlier, this diet is going to be our last by the grace of God.
Amen.
So, so we've done for 5%, we've done for 10%. So let's impute those figures in our IRR formula. Then let's get our yield to maturity. ASAP. I'm not going to be doing that one. So let's impute those figures in our yield to maturity. I will do it and I will snap. I know some people are already insulting me, like, this man is even wicked. He cannot even do anything for us. I will do it. I will do it. You should not hit my head. So, but let's attempt it. So I'll ask for answer before I send my own. So yield to maturity, we already spoke about our IRR formula. I already sent that one. So please, if we do this now, we'll notice that change in formula that I spoke about, NPVA minus NPVB. In some textbooks, it's usually NPVA plus NPVB. They already imputed the minus times minus. That's why they are changing it to plus in their textbook. Please don't let us be confused. That's what I used to say. I said it in my first class. Don't cram questions. Know the principles behind everything that is happening. That is why you can understand it. Some people, they will go and cram this plus now and think that is although that is the only way to happen, because you need a negative NPV. But please, let's still know the reasons behind it. It is minus times minus that give you the plus. That's why most textbooks will put plus NPVB, but it's still minus times minus.
Excuse me, sir.
I'm with you, ma.
Please, the B plus A can we represent it with higher rate NPV minus lower rate NPV?
B plus A. Is there any B plus A? A plus B?
From the formula, you get B minus A, sorry.
Okay, you want to represent it with what?
With higher rate percentage minus lower rate percentage. That's the...
You can actually. I think it works. Anything that works for you is still the same thing, because anything that makes your discount rate be higher, obviously you are going to have a lower NPV, which is most likely going to be minus. I think that still works.
Okay.
Anything that is comfortable for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma. I've got my answer. I'm waiting for you people. It's because I'm going to solve it now. I have to. What's my percentage NPV? 16.69 over 15.69 plus 5.99 plus bracket and 5. If you know how to use calculator, if you know how to use Casio calculator very well, this whole formula, you can put everything there once and you move on with your life. Please, we need to know how to maximize our time. Most people know what to do in the exam was time. Before you even attempt question 1, time has gone. So if you know how to use calculator very well, you'll be very good. You'll be on a very, very safe edge. All these OIRR formula, you can put it in your calculator once. Because another thing is some people will make mistake if you're calculating one by one. Because board mass, obviously. Some people go and do what you're not supposed to do first. So I always encourage people to learn or know how to use their calculator very well. So I've gotten my RRR. I don't know if anybody has gotten it too. Please, what's the IRR? Let's talk about time has gone, Jesus. We've even done value of bond. We've not done duration. We've not done basis point. Hey, Jesus. Please, this class is slow. Please, let's reply on time. Please, what's the answer? I'm just trying to carry everybody along. It's not going to make sense if I'm just explaining to myself and I'm solving question. I'm just moving on. That is not the point of us here. So please, what was your answer, please?
I don't know what we got in MPV too.
Should we already said it here that the answer is 5.99 or 6?
Yeah.
Sorry, ma, but we all agreed now, didn't we? I was asking that time. See now. I was asking if you not get the 5.996, talk now, nobody talked. Ma, we agreed and we got 5.99. So you can use 5.99, you can use 6. And the discount factor was 10%. We agreed 10% in this class. So anybody with my answer, please. I
8.6%.
8 points what?
8.61.
8.61, correct. 8.62, correct. Anybody that is getting anything that is different, please.
I have 8.61%.
You're still correct. Decimal. Anybody that is getting Kaduna, you are getting Port Harcourt, you are getting Lagos. Please tell us now. Let me know what the problem is.
Can we approximate it?
To
8.62.
Yes, you can.
Hello, sir. I got 0.
I know someone will get. I know someone will get Niger Delta.
Hello, sir. I got
multiply by 100.
Yes, I did. 6.4 I got.
6.4. How did you guess? Please call your figures for us, ma'am.
Okay, the lower rate was negative 5.99 divided by negative 5.99 minus 50.7.
I don't have any of those figures mentioned.
I think sorry, there's a mix up in what she's saying. Said lower rate. You are using the MPV where you are meant to be using the weight. So you should check it.
I don't even have any of all those figures, but let me send my solution. We see it. I already sent it. Someone got 31.38. How? Comfort Judge. You are manipulating figures. But where is SFM now? You can assume. But don't be assuming what is not correct, though. 8.54. I cannot say you are totally correct, but although you are close, but you should still check your errors. So, can I move on? Are we there? Who is not there? Well, the madam that got 30 points, Niger Delta. Have you seen your correction? Ma'am, please, have you seen the correction before I move on? No? I think I'll have to continue because She's not answering me. Ma, have you seen the correction? Okay. So
Sure, she has
our
not signed out.
Sir, yes. Thank you. I've identified where I fucked up. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma. So anywhere you see, if you see a question that asks you to calculate yield to maturity or that asks you to calculate cost of the company's bond, you are supposed to do your yield to maturity, and your yield to maturity simply means IRR. So first thing you do is, first, maybe at the back of your answer sheet, first write the formula of IRR. Be sure you know the formula. So once you write the formula of IRR, you go back to the question, you read the requirements, be sure it is yield to maturity they told you to calculate. Once you confirm, bring out your figures, your derivatives. First thing you bring out, you first you check your coupon rate. You check for your, if you have coupon rate, you check for your current market value, which is usually they put currently quoted. But if it is not currently quoted, you know that your bond is 100 naira per unit. So anything close to that range is going to be your current market value. You know bond is 100 naira, but they are putting something there that is 52,900, and you know that is obviously not your current market value because your bond is supposed to be quoted at 100 naira. So something, I'm just saying if they did not put this currently quoted, I can. They like to do it as well. So if you don't see currently quoted, but you see something that's close to 100 naira, especially if they put X int. X int means excluding interest. Means interest is not part of that 95 naira. So that is your current market value. You check for your maturity time, 5 years. Then you do your IRR. When you do your IRR, I said your year zero is your current value, which is your market price. You discount it. You choose two discounting factor. Anything that comes to your church mind, use it 20, 30, 40, 50. But I always advise not to use big discount factors so as not to get big numbers. So use small discount factors, 3, 6, 3, 9, anything. So you choose two discounting factor. One must give you a positive MPV, second one must give you a negative MPV. Once you do your MPV, you can use when you're doing your years, you can do when you're doing your years, you can do 1 to 5 years and use annuity. Then on the 5th year, you just discount it. Or you do 1 to 4, use annuity. Then on the 5th year, you add your redemption value to your coupon value. You get your MPV. Once you get your positive MPV, I said the higher your discounting factor, the lower your MPV. So the first one, if you get a positive MPV, increase it. The moment you increase it, you are definitely going to get a lower NPV. When you increase your discount factor, you're going to get a lower MPV. So as not to be picking too many discounting factors. So saying that you get your negative MPV, your positive MPV, you impute everything in the formula, and that is your yield to maturity. Please, am I done with that?
Yes, sir.
Loud and clear.
So I'm moving on now. I'm moving on to types of yield curve. Let me first explain yield curve. Then I'll speak about types of yield curve. I think I will now introduce. I will introduce value of a bond. I think we can. So I'm sure most of us are tired. So I will just introduce value of a bond, and I think we'll call it a day. When we come to our next class to speak about go deep. I'll speak about. I think next class should do one more class should do. So yield curve. Yield curve is a line that plots interest rate of bond having equal credit quality and different maturity dates. It is a line that plots interest rates of bond having equal credit quality, different maturity dates. We have 3 types of yield
Sorry,
curve.
please, can you come again? Line is again.
I said yield curve is a line that plots interest rate of bond, interest rate of bond is coupon. So you can say that coupon rate that have equal credit quality.
Mute our devices now. The noise is interrupting the class, please.
I think Una, your mic is not mute. I think you are the only one. Una, okay, thank you very much. So yield curve is a line that plots coupon rate. So yield curve is a line that plots coupon rate that have it. So it's just a graph now. We all know how to plot graph. So the interest rate is going to be on the vertical axis. The maturity will be on the horizontal axis. I'm not supposed to come and teach how to plot a graph. Number one is normal yield curve. Second one is inverted yield curve, which can also. So I will snap. Let me snap the graph. ICANN is not going to tell you that draw a normal yield curve. Draw. Nobody has that time. But it's just this one is for knowledge sake. And I will snap it with the English that is there. So go and read it on our own. So I'm going to send it to the chat as well. So please let's just understand the concept. It's not a testable question. So we'll not go and waste our time reading things that will not come out. So I'm trying to send it. I think I've sent it. So that is for. Have you all seen it? Yes, Madam Iberi Chimiz, yes. The higher the discount factor, the lower your MPV. The lower your MPV, the lower your discount factor. No, Madam, you've confused me. Yes, the higher the higher your discounting factor, the lower your MPV. Yes, so if you have 10% discount factor, your MPV will be low. It will be lower than if you have 5% discount factor. That's just what it means. It's just English. But you're correct, yes. So I've sent the curve. Please let's get all the English. She's saying, I just picked this from my textbook now. So it means normally we all know that this is just with your church mind, deep down in your mind, you know that if you a longer term investment, we obviously yield higher return. We know investment of 5 years, we yield a return more than investment of 2 or 3 years. So that is what a normal thing is saying. That's what a normal yield curve is saying. But the abnormal yield curve now is saying that lower, you say that debt instrument, I'm reading what is there, that debt instrument that have lower yield, they are still having short-term debt, they are still having short-term quality, sorry, this English. But what it sure means is, this one is abnormal. Investment that has higher maturity, they are still not having a very low rate of return, which is abnormal, because it's supposed to have a high rate of return because it's longer term. So that is why it's called abnormal yield curve. That is why the slope is coming down, inverted yield curve. Flat is everything is the same thing. So that is not, it's not actually testable. That's why I'm motion to it. You can just know it if you want to know it. You can check on for differences between normal yield curve, inverted yield curve, and flat yield curve. Please, because I said it's not going to, I'm not ICANN, they can decide to bring yield curve. Please let's check our ICANN pack and let me give it as an assignment. So before you say, it's me that said you should not read it. So assignment, differences between normal yield curve, inverted yield curve, and flat yield curve. Please let me type it in the chat.
Excuse me, sir. Please,
I'm
this
with you.
bond valuation, what chapter exactly? Because it's not on the study pack. Like you don't see it outrightly, bond valuation. So I don't know if you can
Chapter
please.
26.
Chapter
No,
26 is
there.
forex.
Check.
Yes.
Chapter 26 is forex. It's forex. Chapter 26 is forex.
It's there, madam.
No.
Just like this chart, just check 600, page 620 is there.
Chapter
thank
26, you will see duration and yield curve. That is what is there.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
If I even tell you, I don't even know. Most times I don't even used to look at ICANN pack. You know what they do for that pack. So I do put assignments, please, in the chat. Differences between normal yield curve, inverted yield curve, and flat yield curve. Please, MS Word is preferable. Do it in MS Word and send to me. Thank you very much. Before you go and say is one Mr. Shiley that said it is not going to come out. I don't know how read it though. Please. Let's all read it. Please, can I continue? Can I continue? Nobody's answering me. Are we all asleep? Should we end the class?
Yes, you can. We're here. I'm here.
Yeah, you can continue, please.
So so for people that are actually very tired, don't let us be on this. I'll just introduce the value of a bond, and from there we can call it a day. We've tried. So okay, before I start value of a bond, let me first show that we all understand what we mean by the difference between present value and future value. When we are told to get present value, like if they give us a future value, like they give us future value of an item, they say, okay, this thing is going to be 600 naira in 6 years. That's the future value. But once convert to, okay, how much is it now? Present value. So you can write this down. Whenever you're doing a present value, you are converting future value to a present value, you will discount. Please this is the simple mistake that students used to make. If you are converting future value to present value, you will discount. But if you are converting present value to future value, you will compound. Please, these are the mistakes, little mistakes here and there that we used to make. I said, if you are giving a present value and you want to convert a present value to a future value, you will compound. When I mean compound, it means PV equals to future value, open bracket 1 plus R raised to power N. That is what compounding means. But if you now want to...
Excuse me, sir. You said when you're converting PV to future value, you discount, or you what?
If you are converting a present value to a future value, you will compound. If you are converting present value, you want to get future value, you are converting a present value to a future value. They said, okay, convert this amount worth 6,000 naira in 6 years. How much does it worth now? That's you converting a future value to a present value. There now you will discount because you are converting to present value. But if you want to convert to future value, you will compound.
Using what formula? The compounding.
Compounding formula is, now you have a present value, you want to convert to future value. That's PV equals future value, open bracket 1 plus R raised to power N. PV equals to raised to power N. N is your discounting factor. N is the number of years. Okay. But if you are given future value that you want to convert to present value, that is FV, which is future value, equals present value over 1 plus R raised to power N. So, like we know, this is discounting, this is compounding. You are going to need that simple explanation when we do value of bond. So, because value of bond is the present value.
Sorry,
of the
sir,
expected.
please, can you repeat the formula for converting the future value to present value?
To convert future value to present value, PV equals FV, open bracket 1 plus R raised to power N. Thank you. So value of the bond is the present value of the expected future cash flow. Discounted at you don't need to write this, don't worry. I will still probably, but I'm just trying to brush through it so we'll know where we are picking it from in our next class. So value of bond is the present value of the expected future cash flow, both interest and principal payments, that is discounted. That's why I explained discounting and compounding before. Discounted at the required rate of return. So that is the value of bond. So in this place, what we are basically doing, there are 2 ways to actually get the value of a bond, either redeemable or irredeemable. Sorry, redeemable. So it's still just like doing our normal MPV, but it's just a little bit different. I will explain better when we meet in our next class. So in our next class, we'll do value of the bond. We'll try the tabular method, and we'll try the formula method. And I will tell you when to use formula, when to use table. So we'll talk about that in our next class. So in our next class, we'll talk about value of the bond. We do more, we still calculate more yield to maturity. We talk about credit spread, and we do duration. I hope we have, please, our next class will be able to work better, and we need more hours. So we'll cover this bond once and for all. So thank you very much for joining my class. I really appreciate. So please, let's do the assignment and send it the way we used to send it normally, Word, then send it to me in my DM. So thank you very much for joining this class. And I hope, like I used to say, by the grace of God, this is going to be each and every one of us' last diet of taking SFM. But we need to study. We need to learn the basics. We need to read. We need to solve questions. Now that we've done yield to maturity, if I were you, I'll open past questions. Check for bond. Apex has done a very good thing for us with what's the name? With past question guide. Just put bond valuation. You see all the years that bond valuations are. Check them one by one. The one that we've not done value of the bond. Anyone you see yield to maturity, at least we've done yield to maturity. Anyone that you can see yield to maturity, attempt it. If you don't understand, DM me, send it to my DM, bombard me. I don't think anybody has messaged me here that I did not reply. I always say it. Send the questions to me. If I cannot reply you at the spot, I will definitely reply you later when I have time to reply. So please check questions, attempt questions on bond. You understand or you don't understand? Put pen to paper. So thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining the class. I hope to see you in our next class.
Thank
Thank you, sir. Sorry, sir. Please, maybe by next lecture, we'd like to have this thing on the screen so that we can be viewing the calculation as you are doing it. Really appreciate
That's the problem with the screen, because I didn't think it was like from I can pack. I can just share my screen and be going through the pack. But I'm explaining from my head, then I'm picking questions from the book. So like there's no screen involved in the whole thing.
Hello, sir. Is it possible to get the breakdown? Like you said, they use to maturity past questions where we can get them which year. Is it possible for us to get?
I think Apex has done that. I think you can buy it from Apex. I don't know, but I think Apex has done that. Some people will have it here.
Please, who does? Let them share now.
I don't know. Please, if you have the study guide, please share it to my DM. I'll be able to share it to the group. So please, if you have the past question guide, share it to my DM. I'll share it to the group. SFM and other